What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we know undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis. 27 wins, no losses, no draw. 25 big wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. He's coming off of a dazzling performance in which he brutally knocked out his fellow stablemate in lightweight star boxing title contender Rolando Rolly Romero via 6-round knockout. Okay, with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis had made it public that this was his last fight and he was going to be a free agent from Mayweather Promotions. Okay, retired legendary iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer Floyd Money Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Ellaby, right? So he stated that this was his last fight with Mayweather Promotions and that, you know, he was moving on with his career and that he was going to focus on building up GTD Promotions, Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions, okay? But he still was going to be with PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, founder and advisor Al Heyman, and he was still going to be with Showtime president of sports Steven Espinosa, and showcasing his talents on Showtime pay-per-view, okay, which Gervonta Tank Davis just did the biggest numbers of his career, reportedly doing anywhere from 350 to 400,000 pay-per-view buys against Rolly Romero. Now, Rolly Romero did a great job of selling the fight, you know, but he's relatively unknown to the hardcore to the casual boxing fans, okay? Rolly Romero is somebody that talked his way into this big position. Not that he didn't earn it, but Rolly is 14 wins, no losses, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. So he hadn't had the big fights. He hadn't had a title fight, you know, so he was relatively unknown to the casual boxing fan. But Rolly Romero is a mouthpiece, right? He could sell a fight, and he's confident in what he believes and what he says. And he believed that he was going to win this fight, okay? He was confident that he was going to win this fight, and he was calling for this fight. But Gervonta Tank Davis and Rolly, they did massive numbers, and on top of it, Gervonta Tank Davis did the highest gate for boxing at the Barclays Center at $5 million. And brought to my attention by the Portaway podcast, I thought about this. I believe this was the first pay-per-view event at the Barclays Center as well. So that's enormous, because when Deontay Wilder fought Luis King Kong Ortiz, the first fight, it wasn't on pay-per-view, okay? So with that said, massive numbers by Gervonta Tank Davis. And so everybody was interested and intrigued to see what's next for Gervonta Tank Davis, okay? Seeing as though he made it public, he made it known that he wanted to part ways. But after the fight, after the brutal 6-round knockout, Gervonta Tank Davis, he stated that he's staying with Mayweather Promotions. Mayweather Promotions, the greatest team that he could assemble. He got the best team in the world. He's doing massive numbers, and he stated that he was staying with Mayweather Promotions, okay? So that got a lot of fans in an uproar, because fans want to see Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring with the name they deem credible to be able to give him a tough fight, 50-50 fight at worst, right? You know, so, you know, the names, the big names like undefeated, now newly crowned, undisputed lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who Devin Haney is now 28 wins, no losses, no draw. He has 15 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach, okay? Gervonta Tank Davis, people want to see him in the ring with Devin Haney, or they want to see him in the ring with 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasyl High-Tech Lomachenko, okay? So people want to see him in the ring with Lomachenko, who is 16 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 11 wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age, 5'6" with a 66-inch arm reach. or the likes of, you know, Teofimo Lopez, former unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, or King Ryan Garcia, lightweight Mexican superstar title contender. These are the names that fans want to see Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring with. And so the fact that Gervonta Tank Davis has announced that essentially he's going to be staying with Mayweather Promotions. Now, has he officially re-signed? Many people are they're speculating, right? It seems as if he has. You know, there has been no official announcement, but you have his Coach Calvin, who is a big brother, father figure, mentor, longtime trainer of Gervonta Tank Davis, on the Rise podcast. Salute to the Rise podcast. And Coach Calvin said that Tank Davis is still a free agent, right? He hadn't re-signed yet with Mayweather Promotions, right? So essentially, he's still a free agent, right? And you know, you have fans now. They believe that the reason that these big fights are not happening is because he signed to Mayweather Promotions, right? Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather, and they are the reason why we're not seeing Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring with the names that, you know, the big names in and around his division, right? And so fans are unhappy with the news that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to re-sign with Mayweather Promotions. Well, at this point in time, currently as it stands, Gervonta Tank Davis staying with Mayweather Promotions, what does it do for his career? In my opinion, it only bolsters his career. Now, initially, my stance was, you know, if you're going to leave and stand on your own, I'm all for it. You know, grown men do grown man things. And if you feel like, you know, you need to be on your own and you need to promote yourself and you want to have your own brand and your own promotional company, I'm all for that. Who am I to tell you not to, right? And if you feel like that's what it's going to take for you to get the names and the fights that you want, then do it. But to this date, right, after looking at the numbers, you can see how they built Gervonta Tank Davis, how he's now become a massive superstar, okay? No doubt about it. And Mayweather, yes, Gervonta Tank Davis, the talent inside the ring, it speaks for itself. The talent inside the ring speaks for itself, right? But he got to do his part in the ring. But as far as promotional company, if you look at now, maybe Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis relationship is not in the best of places. Okay, maybe that's the case. Maybe Floyd Mayweather, Gervonta Tank Davis relationship is just simply not in the best of places, right? But Floyd Mayweather, I believe, is a big brother, mentor figure for Gervonta Tank Davis as well. But to me, it seems like Leonard Ellerbe and Gervonta Tank Davis relationship is in a great place, right? And if you look at promoters around the sport of boxing, right? Look at the way Eddie Hearn, Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn and DAZN have built up Anthony Joshua. Now, Anthony Joshua had to, you know, make a name for himself in the ring. He had to fulfill his obligation, his part of it. But look how they built him up, right? You know, look how top-ranked ESPN built up Vasyl Lomachenko. Lomachenko, in his first fight as a professional, fought for opportunity to be a world champion. His second fight as a professional, he fought for a world title, he lost. In his third fight as a professional, he fought for another world title against Gary Russell, and he won. Vasyl Lomachenko has been fighting or defending world titles his entire career, all except for his last two fights, in which he fought Nakatani, who wasn't a world champion, and he fought Richard Coleman, who was no longer a world champion. But Richard Coleman is a former world champion. So Lomachenko has been fighting world champions his entire career. He's been fighting title fights his entire career, and ESPN builds him up, right? Now, when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, when you look at the business part of it, right, to make the big fights for Gervonta Tank Davis and the fights that we want to see, well, it's just really not realistic right now. Now, I personally want to see Tank Davis versus Devin Haney. I've been advocating for that forever. I want to see Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lomachenko. I've been advocating for that fight forever. But Is Top Rank, ESPN, and Bob Arum willing to play ball? And here's the ultimate situation that I'm looking at. Gervonta Tank Davis is clearly the A-side. Whether he's with Mayweather Promotions or he's doing GTD Promotions, are they willing to play ball? Now, I know the sacrifice that Devin Haney just made to secure that fight, Undisputed Showdown in Australia against George Kambosos Jr., who is the newly crowned unified lightweight world champion, right? I know the sacrifice he made. He took way less money than he's normally accustomed to making. He played as the B-side. He went to Australia. He signed a contract with a promotional company in Top Rank and Bob Arum and ESPN, in which Devin Haney, he had DHP Promotions, okay? His own promotional company with father, trainer, manager, and CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, Bill Haney. And they did partnership with networks and promotional companies to stage fights for him, right? But now he's signed with a big promotional, arguably the biggest, with the greatest promoter in the history of sport of boxing, Bob Arum, not named Don King, right? So, yeah, I know the sacrifice that he made, but everybody's not going to make that sacrifice, right? They're just not. So with that said, right, is Top Rank well, mainly Top Rank, because Top Rank has all the fighters. They have Gervonta Tank Davis, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez. They have all the fighters that you want to see Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring with. But is Top Rank willing to play ball and clearly concede to Gervonta Tank Davis being the A-side, because he's simply the A-side, right? And going to pay him the money that he's looking for and to have it on pay-per-view, right? So I'm hard-pressed to see that happening right now. And seeing as though Devin Haney, he's pretty much tied up for the next two fights, for at least, I want to say, another year. Devin Haney is tied up, right? He's more than likely going to have the rematch clause is going to be answered by George Kambosos Jr. So he's going to have to face George Kambosos in the rematch. Then he's going to have to honor one more fight with Top Rank, which would more than likely be Lomachenko. And, maybe Devin Haney could free up, more time, maybe a half a year, if George Kambosos don't activate the rematch clause, and then he can fight Lomachenko next. Then he'll be available afterwards for a Tank Davis fight, right? But that's the best case scenario, right? Lomachenko is focusing on picking up those belts right now. He's focusing on accomplishing what he set out to accomplish. And at 34 years of age, time is not on his side. So you clearly see that he's going to want to fight Devin Haney, right? So, what direction does Tank Davis? Teofimo Lopez moving up to 140, and he's not looking to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. He's looking to fight, a get-back fight after coming off of a loss and an esophagus injury and getting acclimated to a new division at 140. So he's not going to be available, although he says he wants to fight with Tank Davis. The best case scenario for Gervonta Tank Davis right now is to face off against Ryan Garcia, who, once again, is with Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions. So even if Gervonta Tank Davis wasn't with Mayweather Promotions, right, he's still going to stay. His loyalty still is going to lie with Showtime. So that's still going to give you a network barrier, right? So let's say, he parts ways with Mayweather Promotions. He stayed with Showtime and he's doing GTD Promotions, right? Well, guess what? He's still going to have to get Steven Espinosa and Showtime to play ball with the other networks. Now, here's the problem already. We see with Ryan Garcia. Oscar De La Hoya is already talking about with Ryan Garcia that Ryan Garcia needs to have a joint network, joint promotion, 50-50. Regardless if he's with Mayweather Promotions or not, look, Oscar De La Hoya is already telling you it got to be 50-50 pay-per-view on DAZN and on Showtime. You know, it brings in more. There's already walls and barriers being put up. So, in my opinion, right now, I think that the best move for him would be to stay with Mayweather Promotions, at least for another year. At least. Why? Because you need that. He's going to need that push, especially, you know, these big fights. Having a, let's say he's by himself now, trying to negotiate a fight with Oscar De La Hoya, DAZN, and Golden Boy. It's going to be very difficult. Let's say he's by himself trying to negotiate right now with ESPN Top Rank. It's going to be difficult, right? So, you know, I know a lot of people are in an uproar. They're not happy. They want to see, they believe that Mayweather Promotions is the reason why Tank ain't getting the fights. But I think right now it's the best move for Tang Davis. Now, you know, Floyd Mayweather laid the green print, right? You know, you promote yourself. You bet on yourself, right? And then if that's what Gervonta Tang Davis want to do, you know, in the near future, more power to him. But right now, I think it is the right move to stay with Mayweather Promotions. I think that, you know, it's a you know, a way he can have incentives, you know, things that, you know, start promoting GTD more and more often, you know, put it out there. But right now, the way the politics is in the sport of boxing, we saw what happened with Devin Haney when he didn't sign with Bob Arum and ESPN. They froze him out. They froze him out, right? When you on your own, they're gonna want to freeze you out. So I know, like Roy Jones said, Sugar Ray Leonard said, greats Mike Tyson has said this. You know, that Tank Davis don't need no promoter now. He can do it on his own. The problem is they start to freeze you out when you do it on your own. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon and get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share the videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.